takes the high road to Edinburgh and has hearing trouble as he bargains for an American beauty.
It's got 5 and you could have it for 300 quid.
What did you say, 250?
At an airport in Kent, he finds a wartime swinger.
I've got to have that in my life, just for a bit.
Illuminate, illuminate.
And in a Somerset shop, he tries to do a deal on a designer desk.
I'm not going to be rude. No. Don't take it the wrong way.
No.
1,500 quid.
Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Well, that's pretty spectacular. Oh, God, that's fantastic. Beautiful.
He scours the country in search of weird and wonderful objects. For treasure, he bargains hard.
950. It's too much money. You're going for 600 quid. Yeah. Done.
And there's nothing he won't buy.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Love him.
With help from Rebecca.
That's really cool.
Nice, isn't it?
I love it.
And a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items, from junk to gems. At the warehouse in North Wales,
Magic.
Drew Pritchard's team know that popular items that come in don't hang around for long.
The cognac chairs. Sold. Just gone. Fab.
With a worldwide following, his distinctive quality pieces are always in demand. And after years of experience, the team all know what kind of...
Tables and chairs. People just can't get enough of them at the moment.
People always say to me, what's your best sellers? What should I be buying and selling now? We concentrate on a few things, which are seating, cabinetry, tables and lighting. Everything else comes in and around that. What I look for in everything is good design, cool factor, quality manufacture and originality. Those are the 4 things that I'm looking for constantly. And those 4 things, no matter what they may be with, are the best sellers.
So that's what our customers expect from us. Drew has to go out with 2 hats on. One, to find the obvious bankers and the unusual finds.
Edinburgh.
Right, T, one of my favourite cities in the world.
Yes, mine too.
Edinburgh.
During the Enlightenment,
Yes.
Thomas Reid started the Scottish School of Common Sense.
Get out of town.
Seriously?
You're joking?
Yeah.
We didn't have one of those in Wales, did we?
No.
We still haven't got one.
Modern-day Edinburgh began life in the 1760s as the result of a city planning competition. Today it's known for great architecture and fantastic views, and it's one of Drew's favourite trawling grounds for top-quality antiques.
So we're off to see Lewis Rosa.
Oh, good.
We've been to meet him before.
Yeah, I like
Do you remember the one who called me a ginger with a hint of ninja, or a
that's
ninja with a
why
hint of ginger?
Specifically, I think I liked it.
Drew first met Lewis on a memorable visit to Edinburgh over 2
Behind things where he's hidden.
He'd hidden his favourite things last time.
So we didn't buy them.
Yeah.
I know. He's much more of a mind to sell now, which he wasn't before.
21 years ago in an old Edinburgh warehouse, Lewis Rosa set up Courtyard Antiques.
When I first started, I was selling lots of wardrobes, chests of drawers, that kind of stuff. And then with the money I got from that, I would go out and buy something I liked. And then the wardrobes dwindled and the aeroplane parts and the motorbikes took over. People come in and say this is like a museum, but if they actually bought something, it would be more like a shop, which would be good for everybody.
Lewis is thinking of downsizing to smaller premises, so he's in the mood to do deals. And
He knows what people want to buy and he concentrates on that. I do have some real bread and butter stuff here that Drew knows he can sell. Hopefully he'll scoop up a lot of that. Drew.
Hello again. How are you?
Great to see you both again.
See you. You well? And you.
Yeah, great.
Right, let's go in. Let's see what you've got. It's still great in here, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't know where to start again, do you? Even though you've been
It's
here
like
before.
the best boys' toy shop in the world, isn't it? I love it. Walking through the door, and instantly you sort of have to start like looking straight. You can be chatting, but you better get looking because there's loads to see. There's so much stuff. Oh God, look at that! I've been to Lewis's place. What about these here? These got the original chain on those as well.
Yep.
How many you got? 4. 4.
Lights are a favourite of Drew's because they always sell quickly. These opaline glass light shades have brass monk's cap fittings. Opaline comes from the word opalescent and describes the skimmed milk quality of the glass which acts as a light diffuser. These could be worth around £225 each.
Best-selling opaline to me are the globes. They really do just sell easily because they're incredibly stylish and you can put them in all sorts of settings, so they can go in very, very posh restaurants or they can just go in your home. There's a good even number of them, and the best thing about them is they take them as they are.
£3.90.
Yes. Yeah, I'll have those. Yeah, marvellous. The interior decorators and the shop fitters, they're always looking for runs of lamps from me. And I want sure things. Walkout stock is what I'm after. Tell you what I do quite like. These. Are you selling these now or not?
Yeah.
Any broken glass or anything on them?
No.
Nothing.
Perfect.
Nothing to do.
Nothing to do
Bar
at all.
clean and a wipe. Display cases, I've always got 5 to 10 in stock minimum.
These glazed display counters date from the... Each have a single mirrored door and a parquetry base with an adjustable glass shelf. They're designed to be used separately or together to form one counter. They could be worth around £2,750.
They've got this lovely marquetry base, really good quality door, all the original glass, and they're a pair. I'd be excited to find one, but to get 2, over the moon, fantastic. That's why you come to guys like this. Were these here last time?
No.
No.
Well, no. It was... I bought them maybe 2 years ago, and I wasn't selling them. They were just
Display.
for me to use, but I would do them both for 15.
Can we do... Marvellous. Yeah, lovely. They're fab, aren't they? Great things. £700 each. Yes. Very happy with that. They'll go into the retail fashion world straight away. They're a no-brainer.
With 2 bestsellers already bagged, Drew continues to shop for stock, but Lewis's items appeal to his heart as well.
Oh, there's this thing. I think we had words about this last time I was here as well. I love this. I can't quite remember the price on it. I remember I left it.
I wanted 8 and you offered me 5. We could agree on 6.
I'd probably start now at 3.
He's revisiting the fascinating courtyard antiques.
It's still great in here, isn't it? It's like the best boys' toy shop in the world.
Drew's just seen a model Zeppelin he tried to buy from owner Lewis on his last visit.
I love this.
I wanted 8 and you offered me 5. We could agree on 6.
I'd probably start now at 3.
Sorry.
I just love it. It's great. Do you know anything about it? Did you pick this up in the States?
Yeah. I bought that in a fair in America and I saw it. It was like, big field. And I saw it from like 200 yards.
Really?
This is a model of the Graf Zeppelin, a German airship that operated commercial flights between Europe and the Americas from 1928 to 1937. Science, but this is probably homemade. It's made of steel plates and secured with metal rivets, and could be worth around £750.
It's funky, industrial looking. It looks like it's been homemade. And then you look at the colour and the patina of it and you're like, wow, look at this. Look at the colour of this thing.
$5.50.
Oh, come on.
Meet halfway.
I don't see there's much profit left in it there, because, how long have you had it? You don't want to sell it though, do you, really?
Well, I would quite like to sell it. But not for 300 quid.
You have to try though, don't it?
No.
Do. It's my nature, can't help it. That's it. Marvellous.
Drew has finally bought the Zeppelin and already has plans on how to turn it into a bestseller.
As I see it, a bit of desk art, so it needs to be put on a mount. You could just put this on the end of your desk, and I can guarantee you one thing, nobody else is going to have one. And that's rare.
Would you go and hire if it was made out of lead?
No.
You've been Led Zeppelin, haven't you?
God. You're all right. I have to stick. I'm stuck with them all the time. What I love about this shop is it's so eclectic, and it has layers, and it's deep.
Fascinating.
And there's stuff, and there's stuff, and there's stuff, and there's more, and you keep going. We've still got stuff upstairs.
Yeah.
It's brilliantly simple and also incredibly clever at the same time. Cool. So should we have a look upstairs?
Yeah.
Drew has travelled nearly 300 miles and wants to fill the van with best-selling items. Thankfully, Lewis has plenty more goods to sell on the second floor.
How much is this thing?
90 quid.
See, even him, even that upset him.
Gosh, sorry.
No, can't get there.
Do it.
This is a beautiful looking thing.
Oh, wow, look at that.
And it works.
Isn't it?
What a noise it makes.
Oh, terrible noise.
1949 La France American ladder fire truck, siren and light.
No, it's not working for me. Nutty things now.
It takes a practised eye to spot the unusual piece that's also a banker.
£125 each? No, £25. Thinking, bloody hell. So these are for just when you open the shop door and they just spring back.
These old-fashioned shop doorbells are Scottish and date from the early 20th century. They have steel springs and brass bells with cast iron clappers, which would ring loudly whenever the shop door was opened and closed. They could be worth around £70 each.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
A lot less.
It's a lot less, yeah.
How many is there?
8.
8. All right, okay, 100.
Cool, I like those. Bought myself a lovely little pile of profit there. People are still opening shops. And what do all shops look like these days? They all look retro, don't they? It's quite nice, isn't it, to walk in and hear that bell going off?
Drew is finding bestsellers that are ticking every box, from the solid bankers to the quality one-off items that are always in high demand.
Oh, I like the bike. Is that an original?
Yeah, 1940.
Did you buy this in the States, one of your finds? It's always the girls' bikes, aren't they, that aren't so battered. Hassles. Then the original pedals are on. It says, well, they've got hardly any wear. There's very little damage to it, and it's complete. So all the little side panels, you know, the faux sort of fuel tank, it's all there. All the screws are there. Nothing's missing, including the sort of Buck Rogers-esque lamp on the front of it, and its original lens. I mean, this thing's just getting better and better and better.
This girl's bicycle dates from 1940 and was made by the Columbia Bike Factory in Westfield, Massachusetts. This deluxe model has a lot of desirable extras. It could be worth around £600.
It's got 5 and you could have it for 3. 295, that sounds so much better. To buy it and ship it from America. 290.
290.
That's the original saddle and everything.
Yeah. And it's definitely 1940.
Definitely.
Definitely. Certainly looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah. It's a stylish and fun thing, but it's also a place in time. Bigger is better, more is good. That's what that bike takes you. Bit of window art, isn't it, for the shop?
Yeah.
But it's the sort of thing, it's the sort of fun thing. Cool. Well, we're done. Let's start loading it up. It's going to take a while. For sure. Today was great. A second visit to Lewis's place here at Courtyard Antiques, and it's exactly what I hoped it would be. The standout item today, the display cases.
It was great fun. he knows what he needs at any particular given moment. Well, I like the Zeppelin, and it's nice to sell it to somebody else who appreciates it.
All in all, a really, really good and worthwhile trip. Lewis, thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
A pleasure.
Lovely to meet you again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice to
Look
see
after
you.
yourself. Thanks. We will see you again.
It's a long drive home to Wales, where it's time to unveil their Scottish Hall.
How was Edinburgh?
Lovely as ever. We like Edinburgh.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah. Look at this. Carl, you don't need to do anything.
You already done?
4 opal lines. They've all just been tested. 390 quid for 4. That's fine.
Since day one, the day Drew stops buying lighting, I fall off my stool. I can see something with wheels.
There you go. Look at this.
Drew feels the bike is going to make a great item in a sort of retail shop window. I actually see this being bought to be used. I think there's a girl out there that would love to ride it every day.
This was something I tried to buy off him last time I was there, which I think's a bit special. I think it's fabulous.
Is it a Zeppelin sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want stand making. I see it on somebody's desk.
Never surprises me what on earth he's going to come back with. It's always fascinating.
Right, get rid of them, guys. Get them
A
sold.
model that just hung around to a saleable piece of desk art. But that's easier said than done.
Drew's bought this, but he wants it mounting. But without damaging it at all. There is a little hole under it we can utilise.
Carl is going to mount the Zeppelin on a flat piece of steel,
Right.
into which he's inserted and welded a length of metal rod.
Beautiful.
His idea is to sit the model on a metal cradle, which he makes out of 2 smaller pieces of flat steel welded together.
I think we're going to get there.
Next, Carl marks the height he wants by eye.
Somehow I've got to weld that onto there at 30 degrees and keep it level that way.
He spot welds the 2 support plates on top of the rod, then uses an adapted bolt as a centre point for the Zeppelin to sit on. That fits into the original hole on the underside. If Carl's plan works, the Zeppelin will be steady, but look as though it's ready for takeoff.
That's good. Put some felt at the bottom and then give it to Larry. Get sold.
Knowing his latest purchase, Wookey Hole in Somerset is a tourist centre, famous for its extensive limestone cave system, in which the remains of prehistoric lions and hyenas have been found. Drew's returning to a favourite dealer, who provided him with a bounty of bestsellers a few years ago.
Just on the cusp of Wookey Hole, there is a guy called Raj down there who runs Chapel Antiques. I stopped there a few years ago, walked in, I bought half the shop.
Good stuff then.
Just great. The guy has got a superb eye.
20 years ago, Raj Rastagi changed his life by leaving London and setting up an antique shop in an old chapel.
Well, my previous life, I mean, a strong comparison between the world of theatre and the antique world. There's, a lot of interesting characters. It's like building a set, you're lighting it, getting the balance right. I think the best items that I sell are generally the pieces that I really like myself. It's that really sort of are the best sellers, really.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Raj, hi.
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
And you.
It's been a little while.
I know, a couple of 2 or 3 years, isn't it?
2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Anyway, coming in.
Oh, look at this. Yes, now you're talking. Oh, yeah. Walk through the door. Is this Raj look? He's throwing together all these his little world. It's a great look. I love it. There's just great stuff here. Shall I just start firing? Nothing's priced. Shall I just start firing off?
Please do.
What I'm always looking for are my sort of bestsellers list. So I'm looking for good office chairs, nice desks, good desk lights, nice decoration, good paintings. All of these regular things I can sell like that. Love the desk. Tell me about this.
Right. Designed by Jorgen Kastholm. The interesting thing is, he got the Gordon Russell team to actually make it and sell it.
60s?
It's
Or
79.
earlier? 79.
This oak and chrome desk is the result of a collaboration between two celebrated names in mid-century furniture. A famous British company. It's a classic piece and could be worth around £2,900.
It's got all of the things I'm looking for. Fabulous style, totally original. I've never seen one before, and the quality is superb. What sort of price are we looking at for that?
I need to get as close to £2,900.
I want it. It has to come home with me.
Decorative salvage expert Drew Pritchard is in Chapel Antiques in Somerset.
Now you're talking. Oh, yeah.
He's on the hunt for best-selling items, and he's bargaining for a designer desk with owner Raj.
Apparently, there's only about 50 of these made. I need to get as close to £2,900 for this.
Okay, I can't get there. Yeah,
Okay.
I can't get there. I thought I'm going to have to pay £1,200 to £1,500 for the desk. And Raj comes out with 2,900, and I thought, I completely get it. I totally understand it. That's fine, but I can't pay that. There's nowhere left to go. I might make a little bit if I'm lucky long term.
Something may be a bestseller, but it's no good to Drew if he can't make a profit.
The chairs are nice as well. What sort of price are they? And tell me about those.
Right. There again, I think they're actually English made.
Yeah.
They're sort of that sort of Danish style.
Under the desk, looking very at home, there's a pair of green leather and cast alloy at the moment. It's just a good colour, but those have got it all.
This pair of boardroom chairs are from the early 1970s and upholstered in a soft and durable leather. It's thought they're designed by the German firm Vilkan, who are famous for high-quality office furniture. They could be worth around £275 each.
That's good.
So we can do those for £140 each.
Sold. These are exactly what I'm talking about as a bestseller. I could buy and sell these all day long. That's nice as well, isn't it?
It is.
Chapel Antiques is full of Raj's bold one-off pieces.
This is phenomenal, isn't it? Does it work?
Or bonkers.
Because it was obviously for the hairdressers. You know,
Is that what it is?
Yeah, the women used to have the foil in their hairs and the heat set off the chemicals.
What I won't buy is things that are just oddments. It's just for your umbrellas.
Umbrella. So I've never seen one like it
No.
before. So
Yeah.
Interesting.
People go, oh, isn't that strange, isn't it odd? And you think, yeah, it's really odd, and it's going to sit in my warehouse gathering dust for years, and you don't want that. I'm not looking for quirky, I'm looking for the unique in a way that something would be quite ordinary, but the way it's been painted or used could have made it unique. That's great. The plaster figure.
Yes, 1910, I should imagine. Sort of artist figure.
This plaster of Paris statue is an early 20... Before this time, statues represented mythical beings and gods. But with the birth of democracy, sculptors began to make images of humans. This could be worth around £500.
Damage does detract a bit, doesn't it?
It does.
It's terrible.
We do that one for £190.
190?
Yes. Right?
Sold. Lovely. Raj's prices are high, low. There doesn't seem to be much middle ground. That one's £190 when he ripped his arm off. Been left outside for a period of time. And the metal armature that the plaster has been built around is expanded and just popped the plaster off. It doesn't detract. He's still a good-looking boy.
To reflect, there's something he wants to revisit.
Still keep going back to this desk. What was your 2009? I think I can get... No, I can't. I wouldn't get that. I'm not going to be rude.
No.
Don't take it the wrong way.
No.
I am going to give you a bid on it.
Okay.
To see...
Exactly where we are with it. No,
just where you are.
Okay.
1,500 quid. Gone.
Yeah.
Today, paid, finished, done, at the door.
I think I'd need closer to the two. To be honest with you.
I can't get there. There's just not enough in it for me. But it's certainly a beautifully made piece, but I have to lessen his expectations on it fairly... No, not fairly, hugely.
Brilliant.
It's going to have to be 1,800. Do you want to think about it for a while? I can't.
No, I think 1,800, I'm happy to do that.
Sure?
Yeah, let's do the deal.
Fabulous. Happy. There's no restoration work at all, and if I can actually get a letter of authentication on it as well, that will really add to it. Right. You got anywhere else we can have a look at?
Yes, it's downstairs. We can have a look downstairs.
Is that open to the public normally?
No, this is especially for you to do this.
Drew loves a chance to go backstage at a dealer's. He can spot a banker before it goes on sale to the public, and often at a very good price.
Look at those. Yeah, cast iron. I've seen those before. We're down in the cellar now, and the next door he does all his restoration. There's just stuff chucked in here. But on the floor there's a pair of cast iron, faux bamboo cafe table bases with no tops on them. I really like them. But these have got really nice, deep registration marks on them, and they've got original paint, and there's a pair.
These cast iron table legs are moulded and painted to resemble bamboo. The registration stamp means this was a proprietary design, made to be mass-produced. They date from the Belle Epoque period, around 1900. With a top, they could be worth around £350 each.
How much are they?
Do
Just
those.
as they are?
Yeah, just as they are.
As they are. You haven't got the tops?
Okay.
Yeah. Cast iron table bases always traditionally sell really well. These ones should sell particularly well because they're so stylish. Perfect for city centre restaurants when people can sit outside. Right, load the van.
Okay.
The heavy desk.
Right, up we go.
A couple of standout items today. One, obviously the desk. One of 50 potentially, fabulous original condition, amazing scale. There's nothing in the antiques business that's a dead cert, that's for sure. But what you try and do is try and get things that are as pretty close to it as you can. And a couple of them there, desk chairs and the anatomical model, they're all things people really want all of the time.
The scene almost for what, is current, what people should be buying, and I think it's actually been a great help to the industry, showing how things can be used.
Thanks, Ross. Appreciate it. Thank you. Really good.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you.
At Salvage HQ, all hands are standing by to unload.
Sorry, on the phone.
Oh, selling things, I hope.
Yeah, actually.
You need to, because I've spent a few quid. Pair of leather 70s,
They're very stylish.
£2.80 the pair.
Fantastic. Desk chairs have become one of our best sellers. It's because now everybody has a laptop. Everybody needs a really comfy chair. So it was great to see him come back with two leather. Is it?
That's that badly damaged. It's cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
190 quid.
The plaster figure works really well. I mean, it's virtually falling to bits. It's showing its sort of steel rods inside, and that makes it absolutely charming. I love the way you can see the exposed steel, actually.
Yeah,
I think it makes
armature
it.
inside it.
This looks stunning.
Yeah, I can't. It's by Fubenberg. I don't know. I can't remember the name of the guy.
Okay.
It's one of those Danish jobs.
The Gordon Russell office desk is drop-dead gorgeous. The proportions are unbelievable. The sort of detailed sort of
Funky
bestsellers,
bits.
haven't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
We've
These
got
are
chairs, we've got tables,
desks, tables,
bit of everything.
bit of everything. Nice, straightforward
Perfect.
one. Well worth the trip.
Rebecca gets straight on to authenticating the desk.
Raj from Chapel Antiques said to Drew that somewhere he had the certificate of authenticity and that he'd wing it over to us. And bingo, it's come through. The certificate of provenance is actually from the Gordon Russell Design Museum. To actually have the certificate is not necessarily it increases its value. You just know that if you're a buyer and you're going to invest in that table,
Antiques expert Drew Pritchard and his wingman T are bombing off on another mission to buy best-selling items. Their target destination, Rochester Airport in Kent. Their aim, to buy popular pieces with provenance.
They used to build bombers on this site in the building that they are about to remodel. They're ripping out the guts that were the factory, and, well, that's why we're here. They're always full of loads of lights and big workbenches, but what I'm looking for is something that connects the history of the Second World War to whatever we're buying.
Rochester Airport lies a few miles from the Kent coast, during this to various companies under the banner of British Aerospace. Now it's a private airfield, about to be renovated under the watchful eye of business manager Paul Britton.
The hangar was built about 80 years ago. It's been deteriorating over the years. It's concrete and asbestos clad, so we're stripping all the cladding off, but the frame will be staying as it is. It's a beautiful frame. They don't make them like this anymore, so it'll be nice to be able to keep that.
Paul has asked Drew to come and have a look around before the refurbishment begins.
We inherited a huge amount of, I won't call it rubbish, some of it is rubbish, but we inherited all the equipment as well. British Aerospace left it all behind. We haven't done much with it, but we're going to have to dispose of it.
Blimey, how quick's he coming in?
I'm Drew.
Drew.
I'm Paul.
Paul. Hi,
Hi, T. Hi, T. I'm Paul.
Thanks for having us.
That's okay.
Nice day.
Beautiful day.
So how many planes do you get in and out of here in a day then?
Well, on a busy day, you can get 300 to 400.
Really?
But that's
No.
unusual.
So whose are all these?
These are all privately owned or group owned.
Costs a fortune, I should imagine.
Not necessarily the price of a decent car, some of them.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. God, it's fun here, isn't it? It's great. First thoughts today coming into the airport, I really like it. Not that keen on planes, but I do. I mean, look at it. It's absolutely fantastic. I can imagine all the Spitfires taking off here in Lancasters and the war era, and it's fab. We could sit here all day watching this. We could be in for a bit of luck here. Unusual places usually bring unusual items, or at least different pieces. There's an awful lot of people who collect anything to do with the Second World War and also to do with the planes, particularly the bombers and the fighters. So we could get lucky. Where are we going to now?
We're going in here next.
Paul knows of Drew's love of lights and is about to supersize him.
That's great.
So just put it in the van now?
Yeah,
so
just
in the
done, sold. What a thing. That ratchet doesn't quite work.
You were
does it?
talking, it does.
Trying to
pull it
pull
in.
it. Oh, what? That's the ultimate
This
death
is the
lamp.
ultimate angle for us. I'm guessing it's an old engineer's lamp. I don't know.
It's for working at distance, so say if somebody's in an engine,
Yeah,
they've got it, they can bring
They
it
can
right
bring it
over,
right over the
right
top,
over,
right.
right over the top of it.
but it's quite a bit of engineering, isn't it? For
It is.
a
It's
light that.
completely over the top, isn't it? Love it. So that light definitely was from this factory for working on, say, the engines of the bomber.
This huge telescopic work light is mounted on a tripod base with casters. It's capable of extending to 15 feet by means of a ratcheted wheel. It's very unusual and could be worth around £1,000.
What a fantastic provenance there. Absolutely superb. Couldn't be better. Fair bit of work to do.
Oh, yeah. 350.
Sold. Marvellous.
Drew's bagged just what he hoped for, a unique piece with a real connection to the location.
What's wrap?
Rochester Airport.
Oh, yeah.
No, but absolutely
Been a bit
everything
thick
we find that's metal is stenciled with RAP.
Love it. You can do Dalek impressions with it as well. Look. Illuminate! Illuminate!
With one good buy under his belt, Drew moves off to look around the rest of the airport,
This way?
which proves to be a network of odd spaces and disused cupboards.
We inherited all of the stuff in here.
Oh my, look at that in there.
We inherited the whole lot.
When was the last time you were up here then, Bob?
Never.
Finding potential best-selling items here is like looking for a needle in a haystack.
I think you're right. Do you know when you said it was junk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, never mind, Dave. Next place, please.
Okay.
Okay, this way. Go that way. Oh, look at that.
These are the old engineers' blackboards.
Okay, so tell me about these then. Fuel
Yeah.
state, aircraft name, fuel state, date.
This is typically what the engineer would use,
Yeah.
and that's where they kept how much they had in the tanks.
These blackboards were designed for engineers to log the fuel levels as took over. They're an unusual and specific part of Rochester Airport's history. They could be worth around £200 each.
Now, blackboards are something people love. I've got one in my own kitchen, and I write on it, oh, I need beans and toothpaste and bin liners and dishwasher tablets and dog food. You forget, so that's what they tend to go to now, restaurants and people's kitchens. One offer for the pair, £150. Done, that's it. I'm not going to pay any more.
Yeah.
Happy?
Done.
Nice. The fact that blackboards have got their lettering on them, well, it makes them saleable. Otherwise, they're black bits of wood, which are still a blackboard but very dull.
So obviously for the blackboards, I'm gobsmacked. Who'd have thought two blackboards would have been worth £150? So I guess it's all about someone's vision rather than my perception of them, which is probably they're rubbish.
Okay. Mate, thank you. Pleasure.
I've enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Good
Good
play.
play.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Really
Thank you.
enjoyed it.
Thank you.
See you
Thank
again.
you.
Bye. Oh, but that was fascinating. Really, really good. And I'm very, very pleased with that big lamp. The sort of thing somebody's going to buy because they fall in love with it and get it home and can't get it through the front door.
It's a long drive back to Llandudno, where the huge work light went straight into the workshop with Carl.
That's cool. Heavy engineering. I like that.
It's now on the website and waiting for a buyer with a very tall room. Strong Group snapped up the set of opaline lamps, the statue and the doorbells. The office chairs from Chapel Antiques sold to a private customer in Surrey. And the blackboards from Rochester Airport flew off to a client in Mallorca.
What being able to sell things well and quickly does for me, it gives me a turnover of ready money that allows me to go out there and take chances on the more unusual.
The model Zeppelin that hung in Courtyard Antiques went to a buyer in Iceland. And sadly for someone, one of Drew's other buys sold a little too quickly.
That's the problem with the items that I like in this place. Other people like them too, and they get sold.
The American bicycle Rebecca had her eye on sold within weeks.
For me, it might not sell with somebody else at all, and we prove that every day.